South Korea finds itself teetering on the precipice of political turmoil. The nation, known for its rapid economic growth and technological advancements, is now facing one of the most significant political crises in its modern history. President Yoon Suk-yeol, elected in 2022, faces an imminent impeachment vote. His administration has been marred by allegations of corruption, abuse of power, and a controversial attempt to consolidate control. This comes after a series of events that have shaken the nation's democratic foundations. Public trust in the government has eroded, leading to mass protests and calls for accountability. At the heart of the crisis lies a deeply unpopular president and a controversial attempt to impose martial law. The move has been met with fierce resistance from both the public and political opponents. The situation remains tense as the nation awaits the outcome of the impeachment vote. Lawmakers are divided, and the stakes couldn't be higher for the future of South Korea's democracy. The world watches with bated breath, the future of South Korean democracy hanging in the balance. International allies and observers are closely monitoring the developments, understanding the broader implications for regional stability. Yoon Suk-yeol, a conservative figure, assumed the presidency with a razor-thin margin of victory. His election was seen as a pivotal moment for South Korea, promising a shift in policies and a new direction for the nation. However, the challenges began almost immediately. His tenure has been plagued by political battles with the opposition-controlled parliament. These conflicts have led to legislative gridlock, making it difficult for his administration to pass key reforms and policies. Low approval ratings have further eroded public confidence in his leadership. Many citizens feel disillusioned, believing that the promises made during his campaign have not been fulfilled. Adding fuel to the fire, a series of scandals has cast a shadow over his administration. These scandals have ranged from corruption allegations to mishandling of public funds, further damaging his credibility. The recent attempt to impose martial law, however, has proven to be the tipping point. This controversial decision was met with fierce resistance from both the public and political opponents. This drastic move has ignited widespread outrage and calls for his immediate removal from office. The streets have been filled with demonstrators, and the demand for impeachment grows louder each day, signaling a critical juncture in South Korea's political landscape. On the night of December 3rd, a sense of unease settled over South Korea. President Yoon sent shockwaves through the nation. The air was thick with tension as citizens gathered around their televisions. In a surprise televised address, he declared martial law. His justification? Accusations of obstruction against the opposition-controlled parliament. The president claimed that the opposition was obstructing governmental functions and accused them of harboring North Korean sympathizers. He alleged that these lawmakers were engaging in anti-state activities which he said threatened national security. The political climate had been tense for months, but this declaration took everyone by surprise. Lawmakers were accused of betraying their country, a serious charge that added fuel to the already raging political fire. Immediately following the declaration, military troops were deployed to the National Assembly building. The sight of soldiers marching through the streets was a stark reminder of the gravity of the situation. Helicopters landed on the roof, a stark visual of the unfolding crisis. The sound of rotor blades filled the air, adding to the atmosphere of fear and uncertainty. Then Defense Minister Kim Yong-hyun issued orders to the military. His commands were clear and decisive, leaving no room for hesitation. They were to remove and detain lawmakers, a blatant violation of South Korea's Martial Law Act. The nation watched in disbelief as elected officials were escorted out by soldiers, a scene that would be etched in the collective memory of the country.
The military commanders found themselves facing an impossible dilemma. I, along with other high-ranking officers, refused to comply with the orders. We cited potential legal repercussions and the democratic principles instilled in the armed forces.
Meanwhile, lawmakers barricaded themselves inside the parliament building. They voted unanimously to demand the cancellation of the martial law order, emphasizing the illegality of the president's actions. Public outcry reached a fever pitch, forcing President Yoon to rescind the martial law order a mere 6 hours after its implementation.